So I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. My name is Victoria Gagne. I'm a business development and community relations specialist with the Clarence Campeau Development Fund. I'm speaking to you on Treaty 4 territory in Regina, on this corner of the Métis homeland, but we do have our head office in Saskatchewan, and we serve Métis people all across the homeland. So welcome today. We have a great lineup of different organizations that offer grants, whether they're Métis specific grants or entrepreneur or industry specific, so I hope you get some good information. Some of it you will be able to apply to your business, and hopefully make you aware of some programs that maybe you weren't aware of before. So with that said, I'm going to start off with our first presentation from Andrea Martineau from Creative Saskatchewan. So Andrea, I'll pass it off to you.
Thanks, Victoria. Let me just pull up my screen here. Perfect. So I think that should be sharing now. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Martineau. I'm a program officer at Creative Saskatchewan, and I'm really excited to give you a quick overview of Creative Saskatchewan and its programs today. I apologize. I'm recovering from a cold, so I might sound a bit scratchy, so please bear with me. And I will be looking at my other screen over here, so don't mind me. So who is Creative Saskatchewan? Creative Saskatchewan is the provincial economic development agency for creative entrepreneurs in Saskatchewan. Our mission is to play a leadership role in supporting collaboration, entrepreneurial capacity, innovation and convergence that maximizes leveraged resources, commercial success, and market access for Saskatchewan's creative industries and producers. So who do we support? We support a lot of folks. We support creative entrepreneurs from 6 creative sectors, including book publishing, craft and visual arts. This includes commercial art galleries, digital games, film and television, live performing arts, and music. In addition to this, we also support 7 creative industry associations, including SaskBooks, Saskatchewan Craft Council, Saskatchewan Association of Theatre Professionals. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from someone there. Sask Galleries, Saskatchewan Media Production Industry Association, Sask Interactive, and Sask Music. So what supports do we offer? Creative Saskatchewan offers a number of grant and equity programs for creative entrepreneurs, producing commercial projects in the 6 sectors we support that I just listed on that other slide there, as well as we also do grant writing workshops and other professional development opportunities from time to time. Our newsletter, it's an e-newsletter sent out by email, the Spotlight. It provides program updates, client success stories, other professional opportunities for those working in these creative sectors as well, and information about all of our production, marketing, research, market travel, tour, and business capacity grants are available at creativesask.ca. I'll be touching on these a little bit, but I don't have time to cover all of them in depth today. However, I'll show you a few examples from past grant recipients in the next couple of slides here. Oops, I went a little ahead there. I do highly recommend visiting the website where you'll find an overview of each grant program and the guidelines you'll need to determine if your project is eligible, the assessment criteria that will explain how your application will be scored, deadlines, and some other helpful application tips. If you're not sure which program is the best fit for you, for your business, please don't hesitate to reach out and book a program consultation. You can do this by calling our office or emailing myself or any of our other program officers. I'll include a contact information slide for you at the end of the presentation here. So to give you an idea of some of the things you can do through Creative Saskatchewan's programs, here's a few examples of past grant recipients. There's far more programs available, of course, and you can find all of our grant recipients' programs and annual reports listed on our website. So the photo on this slide is of the cover for Patricia Dieter MacArthur's book project. It features brightly colored illustrations of Indigenous people in bright traditional wear, with 4 teepees, a lake, forestry, and a sunset in the background. Patricia accessed our book publishing production grant program through what we would now call the author-funded stream to produce this children's book. This book publishing production grant is just one example of many of the production and development grants we offer. We also offer a craft and visual arts production grant, a few film and TV production and development grants, a digital game development grant, live performing arts production grant, a commercial sound recording production grant, and a music video production grant, which is one of our newest grants, actually. Another example, oops, there we go. So the image on this slide is of a person with long curled dark hair wearing a white tank top and a red plaid shirt, as well as a small yellow bag created by She Native with blue and white beadwork by Larissa McCallum. So this is an example from our craft and visual arts sector. Devin Fiddler of She Native utilized the craft and visual arts production grant to produce shaving bags, a collaboration with Giselle George, earrings, makeup bags, crossbody bags, and fringe bucket bags that were sold through Winners, Marshalls, and the Raven Reed subscription boxes. And then my final example for you today, though there are many other programs that I'm not mentioning here, so this one is of our Market and Export Development Grant. Yali Wan of Bear Pottery used a Market and Export Development microstream grant to work on a new website and some branding improvements for her business. So the image on this slide is of the Bear Pottery website featuring 3 bear pottery pieces on a pastel gradient background, a white cat mug, a brown bear vase, a white and orange cat vase, all holding flowers. So we have 2 streams for a Market and Export Development Grant Program. Our major stream is for more larger, all-encompassing marketing projects, and it's capped at $25,000 or 50% of the budget, whichever is the lesser. The micro stream that Bear Pottery accessed here is for smaller, more sharply focused projects and is capped at $5,000 or 50% of the project budget, whichever is the lesser. There are so many things you can do with this grant. It's a really versatile program. Past grant recipients have done everything from website renovations, social media advertising campaigns and promotional videos, to hiring a publicist, creating branding materials, and other creative ways of promoting their work. So the photos on this slide are a photo of myself. I have long brown curly hair, blue shirt, glasses, and a black blazer, and of the new John Hopkins Regina Soundstage sign. In the background, you can see the Soundstage building where Creative Saskatchewan's office is. So our office is located on Treaty 4 territory here in Regina, but there are many ways you can get in touch with us, even if you're not based in Regina yourself. You can book in for a Zoom or a phone program consultation with me or our other program officers, Lisa and Karen. Our staff contact list is available at creativesask.ca, and all you need to do is just give us a phone call or send us an email, and we can help set something up for you to chat about programs. We're happy to answer questions about program guidelines, eligibility, assessment criteria, deadlines, or walk you through the application process on our grant management system. We love questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. You can also reach out with questions via our main phone line at 306-798-9800 or our toll-free line at 1-800-561-9933. If you'd like to chat with me specifically, feel free to send me an email. I've got it up on the screen there, but it's just andrea.martineau@creativesask.ca, or you can give me a call at 306-798-1291. And I just wanted to say thank you to Victoria for the invite to present today. I can't wait to listen to the rest of today's lineup here.
Thank you for that presentation, Andrea. And as I said, if you have any questions that kind of popped up during Andrea's presentation, feel free to post them in the chat, and we will get to them at the end during our Q&A. But up next, I want to give Spencer Nickel at CETA an opportunity to speak and talk about the Canada Digital Adoption Program grant, which many of you may be eligible to access.
Perfect. Thank you, Victoria. So yeah, my name is Spencer Nickel. I'm at Saskatchewan Economic Development Alliance. We're based out of Saskatoon, so Treaty 6 territory. And we are, I guess, just recently started delivering a new program called the Digital Adoption Program. And so just give me 1 second. I'll get my screen up here. Yeah. So yeah, so hopefully can you guys see this? We're good. Okay. So yeah, so this program is really designed to help small businesses create or improve their e-commerce presence. It runs until March of 2025, so it is almost a 3-year program. I guess 2.5 years remaining at this point. And so it's delivered across the country by Innovation, Science and Economic Development Canada, and then they work with local delivery partners to deliver it in each province. And so we're the ones delivering it in Saskatchewan. And so Connected Saskatchewan is kind of this consortium of a couple different organizations in Saskatchewan. And so it's an initiative of CEDA, and we're really focusing on, I guess, just supporting, like it says, they're supporting socioeconomic health and competitiveness of municipalities and First Nations. And we're doing this specifically focusing on kind of the digital infrastructure and enablement piece. So with this program, we're working with Saskatchewan Polytechnic, and we're working with Digital Main Street and Economic Development Regina to deliver this and market it in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan Polytechnic works with us on the advisor side. So once I get into the details about the program, you'll see that there are these e-commerce advisors who are available to you to help grow your business. And those are all through Saskatchewan Polytechnic. And then Digital Main Street has run a similar program in Ontario and Alberta and the Maritimes in the past. And so we're really leveraging their experience running this in other jurisdictions and applying that to Saskatchewan. So the program that we're running is called Canada Digital Adoption Program, Grow Your Business Online. And it has 2 main benefits that you get as a business in the program. So the first benefit is that you get access to e-commerce advisors. So these advisors are trained on setting up different stores, like e-commerce stores, so maybe something like Shopify or Lightspeed. And then they also can provide training or advice on digital advertising. So this could be like Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok is a new one that a lot of people are exploring. Or, SEO. You can also use it for things like setting up a CRM, so a way to manage your sales pipeline. So they can really help on all those different things. And then the second thing is that you get a micro grant of up to $2,400. And so this is money that can be used towards, you can see the whole list there, and this isn't even exhaustive. There are other things that you could use it on as well. This is kind of the most common things that we see people using it on. So digital e-commerce plans. So you could implement, maybe if you're like, say you're an accounting firm, you could implement a booking tool on your website to allow customers to book a consultation with you. And then also, yeah, like doing search engine optimization, some back office solutions. So let's say you need like a shipping label printer for your e-commerce business. We can cover part of the cost of that. And then also like social media advertising and customer databases. And really, there's a lot of different options. Anything that kind of supports your e-commerce presence. And so qualification is a big question that we get. And so this is focused at for-profit businesses with at least 1 employee. Now I'm going to get into a caveat on that one right away. But really it's designed at, for-profit businesses, consumer-facing, and there's a few exclusions. So you can't be a corporate chain, you can't be a franchise. So McDonald's, if you run a McDonald's location, you can't apply. Or if you're part of a multi-level marketing company. But other than that, basically, as long as you're consumer facing, and that can be in person or it could be online. So if you're just an online business, that still counts. And so there is something that has just been updated for Indigenous businesses. And so this, I'm just going to say the details aren't confirmed yet on this. So I don't have the exact I got an email this morning about this, so it's very fresh, but I figured this would be a good opportunity to share it. So there is the 1 employee requirement. There is going to be an alternative requirement, which would be having a minimum of $30,000 in revenue in the past year. So like I said, details are being confirmed on that. Now, if you've been in business for at least a full year, we're going to look at the full year. If you've been in business for less than a year, we can look at some things just for the last quarter, for the last 6 months, and prorate it based on you being a new business as well. So, so that one you'll have to reach out to me once I get more details on that one too. And I also wanted to touch base on being an e-commerce advisor. So with this program, we are also hiring e-commerce advisors and helping train them to really take their career to the next level. And so this is supported by the Government of Canada and through Sask Jobs. We provide all the training and they get up to 6 months to work with us. So if you know people who might be interested in this opportunity, they can also submit their resume to us and be considered for as an e-commerce advisor for the program. It is also remote friendly, so regardless of where you are in the province, you can apply. And yeah, it's really just a good chance for them to increase their business skills. And the feedback we've had so far has been that they really enjoy learning the client, I guess, service skills and the customer service skills in the program. So most of them have like a strong kind of tech understanding and background, and this gives them an opportunity to really put that into practice with businesses. So yeah, and then I guess just some stats. So we are targeting 3,000 businesses over the next 3 years and over 300 e-commerce advisor placements. So really looking for, it is a big program that the government is supporting, and it's really going to be good to help businesses adopt to the digital future, if you will, especially coming out of 2 years of lockdowns and shifting to more of an online first approach for businesses. So that's it. Yeah, and I guess we're doing questions at the end. So thanks for letting me present, Victoria. Yeah, and I'm excited to hear the rest of the presentations too.
Thank you, Spencer. And yes, we will get to those questions in the chat once the recording stops. But for now, I'll pass it over to Brendan Demeray at GDI Pathways for Entrepreneurship to present on some of the grants Pathways has available to Métis entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Victoria. I'm just going to grant my computer permission here to screen share. Looks like Teams wasn't checked off, so give me a second here. I also want to apologize in advance if there's any background noise. We're actually running a workshop here in Nipawin, and says Teams will not be able to record the contents of your screen until it is quit. Okay, well, that's not good news. I don't know if I should rejoin or not. I don't think I really need the PowerPoint, so I guess my screen share won't be happening right now. But what I can do is
email it to me, Brendan, or I can email it out to everyone after the workshop as well.
Sure. So yeah, my apologies if there's any background noise. I don't have a private office today, but basically I work at the Gabriel Dumont Institute, so we provide a lot of training supports for Métis individuals, and that's even the case for entrepreneurs. So we basically first got project funding in 2017 from the federal government through their Prairies Can entrepreneurs through training and education, and provide other wraparound supports where previously they may not have been there. So I'm sure you guys are aware of the Clarence Campeau Development Fund, who Victoria works for, as well as some other lending agencies. So for the First Nations side, there's CEF, and then another Métis one is called SMEDCO. So their bread and butter is also providing Métis grants and loans for capital purchases and business startup. Whereas at GDI, we have a Pathways for Entrepreneurship program that provides supports for things like training, business planning, professional services, and some other startup specific supports. So a quick summary of the program. If you're Métis, a current business owner or looking to start a business, there's likely some programming that you could take advantage of. So to summarize the first area of training, if you as a Métis individual would like to take an entrepreneur training program, GDI can look to support that through funding and potentially provide income support if it's in class or full-time. So you might be aware of entrepreneurship certificate programs, as well as more flexible online stuff. So we do have friends at MNP, they're a consulting and accounting firm. They do have a self-employment program as well. They're doing an intake in October. We can potentially look to fund you in that program if it's something of interest. And there's also other ones, there's online programs. So feel free to reach out to us if something like that may be of interest to you. We have a dedicated business counselor, Gabriel, who's able to help you identify supports if you have questions as well. And further along, if you're an existing business owner, if there's industry-specific training that you're looking at taking to help elevate your business or take you to that next level, those are things that we can fund. So for example, you're a plumber, maybe you need some kind of new tickets, or we've even had a massage therapist want to diversify into osteopathic training. Basically, it's case by case, but if there's a good rationale, we can likely help you with that. Other things as well, like maybe there's specialized digital marketing training. Maybe you want to learn how to do your social media better, or maybe you want QuickBooks training for the software that you're using. Those are all fair game as well. So overall,
turn your camera off, but
sorry, I got a bit of echo there.
Turn it on or off?
off.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so training, it's fair game. We do some in-house workshops as well. So, you're always welcome to attend. Right now, we're in Nipawin today, hosting an entrepreneurship workshop. So you can reach out to me as well if you're interested in that. So yeah, I talked about the training, some of that special stuff, if it's entrepreneur focused, we can look at it. And then furthermore, professional services are something that we can also provide help with. So if you're an existing business owner, or maybe you need help, creating a business plan, there's up to $10,000 in grant funding available for those needs. If you need help with financial statement preparation, legal advising, maybe it's just general business coaching or consulting. Those are some supports that we can look to get you set up with. And then for brand new startup entrepreneurs, we have something called a self-employment transition allowance. So basically, as a new startup, you can access up to 6 months of, picture it like an EI-based fund, where you can receive EI funds for 6 months while you're full-time self-employed. So it's really there as a bit of a buffer in that new business venture, because entrepreneurs, they often face delays, uncertainty, maybe there's a zoning or a permit delay, whatever the case, it's just there to help you out when you're typically not cash flow positive. And then we give you a $500 milestone bonus when you make your first customer sale. So it's a little incentive and milestone for that achievement. So again, as a quick summary, some startup supports for Métis entrepreneurs, and quite a bit of flexibility for things like training and programming for Métis entrepreneurs. We don't do grants or lending or loans for capital purchases. That's where you'd speak with those specific agencies. And we do a lot of referrals as well. So if you're not sure where to go, there's a lot of programming out there that you can chat with us and get connected with. So what I'll do is I'll probably pass things off. I'm not sure if they go back to Victoria or not, but I'll put my email and my direct line in the chat, and I'll also email Victoria my presentation if you would like to reference that at all, as well as a link to our program.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thanks, Victoria.
I know a lot of our clients have accessed GDI in the past. It's really incredible programming, very complementary to some of the programs CCDF runs. And it's a great resource to be aware of and take advantage of. And as Brendan said, this is a lot of information. So if you're confused on how to navigate, lots of our organizations do the same referrals. I know Brendan, myself, it's our job to kind of know what resources are out there for Métis entrepreneurs and reduce some of those searching costs for you. So with that said, I'm going to share my screen and present here. Can you all see my slides? Just stop me if you can't see the slides. But I work for the Clarence Campeau Development Fund. We're a Métis financial institution in the province, and we do help with some of the capital purchases that Brendan were talking about. We have grants available. We also have 0% interest loans. So I will be talking mostly about our grants here, but just know that there are loans available as well. And some of our grants are tied in with our loans too. So our mission is to improve the economic circumstances of Saskatchewan's Métis. We do this through our loan and grant programs, as well as other business support programs. So we can actually, with these grant programs, some of them are going to be for aftercare services once you already have a business, but we can also assist with grants and 0% interest loans to help purchase a business, start a business, or expand or renovate a business. The other thing I tell clients all the time about CCDF is that we're not a one-stop shop. So you can actually access our programs to start or purchase a business. And then later on, you can actually come back to us to expand your business as well. So we do have a number of grants for Métis entrepreneurs. But first, the kind of general funding criteria we have for all our loan and grant programs is that applicants must be of Métis ancestry. So it has to be a Métis-owned business. Now that can be 50% Métis-owned. That can, it's very flexible. We just say majority Métis-owned business. And we do ask for citizenship cards or letters from a Métis local to prove that Métis identity. The other thing is applicants must be operating a business in Saskatchewan. So your business has to be registered in Saskatchewan, or if you're going to start a business, you have to be planning to register your business in Saskatchewan in order to access funding. You can have customers elsewhere, all across the world, across the provinces, whatever, but the business does have to be registered in Saskatchewan. And then every business that we fund has to demonstrate viability. So we do this through our business plan grant. So our business plan program grant, through this program, we will cover 75% of the costs of a professional business plan. So we typically have a list of approved consultants that we work with, and we will pay 75% of the cost of getting that business plan done. Lots of our clients couple this with GDI's programs as well and get the other 25% covered through GDI. So you can potentially walk away with 100% of a professional business plan covered. Now we do this for all projects that are applying for funding, whether loans or grants for capital purchases, expansions, startups, business purchases, etc. But if you're not in a place where you need to purchase capital, but you don't have a business plan and you want one, we can look at that as well through this program grant. Next, we have our Métis Entrepreneur Equity Program Grant, or MEEP, as we call it. So the criteria for this one is specific. The business does have to be at least 51% owned by Métis entrepreneurs. So if you have a non-Indigenous business partner, non-Métis business partner, you would need to own 51% and have control of the business to access this program. So under this program, whether it's a startup, acquisition, expansion, you can access up to 40% of eligible project costs to a maximum of $99,999 as a grant in that project. So for example, if you're starting a business and it costs you $100,000 to buy all your equipment, you can access up to 40% or $40,000 as a grant through MEEP. The criteria for this is that you do have to be able to contribute a minimum of 10% cash equity to the project. And this is a needs-based program as well. So we do ask for a personal financial statement form for you to fill out just to demonstrate that need. The other criteria is that you do have to be full-time in the business in order to access this program. Whereas some of our 0% interest loans don't have that same criteria. It can be a part-time business, can be a side hustle, but to access MEEP, you do need to be full-time. The great thing about that is that if you want to start a business and you're not ready to go into it full-time, you can access our other programming, our 0% interest loans, some other grants that I'm going to talk about. And when you want to expand and you're ready to go full-time, you can still access this program. Another one we have is a newly launched program, our Women's Microloan and Grant Program. So under this program, business must be at least 51% owned by Métis women, and CCDF can contribute 95% of eligible project costs to a maximum of $20,000 at a 0% interest loan. But there is a grant component to this one as well, and the grant contribution is flexible based on the program and based on need. So this is great for, you don't have to be full-time in the business to access this program. Home-based businesses can access this. It's very flexible in terms of who, what kind of projects are eligible. So it's a really exciting new program for us. And like I said, we can fund 95% of the project. You put in 5% cash equity and you'll get a 0% interest loan and a grant on top of that. The next is our Women's Business Development Program, and this one is a loan, but I did want to highlight the grant component of this loan. So if you're 100% Métis women-owned business, after 36 months of satisfactory repayment under the Women's Business Development Program, business is going really well, you want to pay off the loan, stop making payments, you have the option to pay your loan in full and will actually forgive 10% of the original approved amount. So that's to a maximum of $10,000. So you could potentially get a $10,000 grant on the back end of your loan if you're ready to pay that out. There's a similar program for youth through our loan programs, where if you're 100% youth-owned, Métis youth-owned business, so that's ages 18 to 39, after 24 months of repayments and making your payments on time, and business is going well, you want to pay out your loan and stop making monthly payments, you can repay 75% of the remaining contribution, so whatever your final balance is, and we'll forgive the other 25%. So that's another grant that's able to access on the back end as kind of an incentive to pay that off. And then we also have aftercare programs. So CCDF has a business support program. Now this one is for all existing clients of CCDF. So if you have a loan with us, or if you've applied and been approved for a loan with us, you can access this grant where CCDF will actually pay 100% of the cost to a maximum of $10,000 to work with a consultant on any business support you need. So that could be looking at your pricing structure and making sure you're pricing yourself appropriately. That can be a growth plan, a marketing strategy, anything like that is eligible under our business support program. Or if something happens and business isn't going well and you're not sure why, or you want to work with someone from the outside to give you outside perspective on your business, you can also access this support program for that as well. If you're not a client with us, or if you are a client with us, the Management Skills Program is open to all Métis entrepreneurs who own Métis businesses. And so under this program, we can cover 75% of the cost to a maximum of $10,000 for any management skills training you want to take. So if you want to take training on digital marketing, if you want to take training on QuickBooks or any other accounting program, if you want to understand your financial statements better, anything that's directly related to the management of your business, we can pay for 75% of those costs up to $10,000. This one is specifically focused on those management skills, and for industry specific training, like Brendan mentioned, GDI has lots of great programs to help with that as well. The other thing I will mention is that $10,000 is a lifetime amount for both the management skills and the business support program. So if you apply and you only access $3,000, you still have $7,000 to reapply for throughout the life of your business. So it's another fantastic program. Here is our contact information. I will send out an email as well with our contact information so that you have it. I'll stop sharing my screen, but like I said, it's a lot of information to digest. So what I always tell clients is just contact us if you have questions. It's my job to know what programs are out there. It's my job to know what you might be able to be eligible for. So if you have an idea, feel free to send me an email, send whoever your contact at CCDF is. We have a team of business development specialists that focus on specific regions of the province so that they really understand your community, what's happening in your community, and what opportunities are available in your community. So send me an email. I'll get you in touch with the business development specialist in your region, and we can help you navigate all those questions about eligibility, or whatever that looks like. So with that said, I'm going to stop recording